Oh, that's so good. How about now? How about now? Welcome everybody. This is Rev Games. We are going to be playing a little bit of Edison here. I have an Edison tournament, a local that they do once every 2 months, and I kind of tired of getting stomped when I play the Machina Raiko stuff or gadgets. So I'm gonna try Vayu Turbo. Luckily, I do have all the cards. I'm like 99% sure, but like watch me build a deck and there's something fucking missing. But I'm pretty sure I have all the cards because I used to play Black Wings back in the day, like actual Edison and before. So I should have everything here. Um, and I've just been experimenting with a few builds. So what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna review the deck real quick, and then we're gonna just hop into some live gameplay. And again, sorry for the voice, getting over a cold a little bit here. But before we get started, just subscribe. I'm gonna pull a Shia LaBeouf on you guys and just say, just do it. Just do it. Gotta hit that subscribe. I'm telling you, you gotta do it. You know you want to. Just do it. All right, but enough on that. Um, this should be pretty standard. I mean, Vayu Turbo lists are, I won't call them solved, but they really don't play that many different cards. I do have a few opinions that I want to voice with you just because I've been experimenting with a few lists. I originally started off and played like maybe one game with it, 10 FD's list, and then I saw Masha Rose's list and really liked a few of the ideas she had. Um, and this is somewhere in between, I guess. So I was playing 2 Sirocco for a while, which is what Masha was doing, but I think 3 so far has felt a little bit better. Um, you don't need to worry about it getting like banished as much with like a opposing deep prison or bottomless trap hole. You have more Greffer fodder. It's a better mill. It's good against other Blackwings. Um, so yeah, I'm not sold on it yet, but 3 so far has felt a little bit better, just because there were a lot of games where I just felt like I kind of needed that extra Siroko's at some point. Everything else here is very standard. It's uncuttable in my opinion. Basically everything like these first 20 is uncuttable except maybe one Sirocco. I do like the Necro Gardna. I mean, it's really not that powerful of a card, but it does give you an extra search target for Rhoda. You can like Rhoda and then like pitch Necro for Greffer. It's another good mill. It has um, actually saved me 1 or 2 games. It can be another bluff that you set, and like worst case, you can actually just kind of poke with it occasionally if you really need to. Um, you can like stack it with Plague Spreader and then mill with like Ryko or Charge or Trooper or whatever it might be. So it's pretty good. Gores is like one of the most powerful cards in the format. At least in the small amount of games that I have played, I haven't been able to summon Gores that much. Like it's kind of rare where I kind of just like have my field wide open. So I'm a Gore skeptic at this point. I'm still testing Chaos Sorcerer. It has felt pretty good. I haven't summoned it that much. I was originally running an additional Cyber Dragon in the main, but because we are running the return, kind of what I'm going for here is a little bit higher ceiling of the deck. So with the Necro, like an additional mill, that's just like an extra Saki mill we can get. With the Chaos Sorcerer, that just gives you a higher ceiling to OTK or just have a big board with other boss monsters like Dark Armed or Armed Wing or whatever you, I guess, are summoning. And then, of course, the return from the different dimension. So more standard lists cut the return from the different dimension and the Chaos Sorc. And it's a little bit more consistent, but you're not just going to have those ridiculous swingy sack turns. So I don't know. I really haven't played enough of this deck to know which is better. As a player, I typically do like consistency more, but the thing is, I just don't know. if there's that high of an opportunity cost to play these cards. Like this is live all the time. I mean, you can literally just use this card to bring back a plague sometimes and it's good, which is just nuts. Um, like Chaos Sorcerer, you can just sometimes like just pitch it and you're like, all right, fuck it, I just pitch it. So but the upside's so high, so I really like that. Standard spells, um, Charge of the Light Brigade. I think I have a very strong opinion that this is like maybe like I won't say it's the best spell. This is probably the best spell, but like the second best spell in the whole deck. And I just don't get why people aren't running it. Um, like I just can't figure it out. Like this is just so good. Just to get like 3 mils from a spell. So I think I literally, I mean, I actually just can't figure it. I'm trying to like think of talking points to talk about here, but if you're not running Charge in Vayu Turbo, I just you just have to. It's so fucking good. Um, Standard traps. I mean, I don't really know what to say here. I think I already covered what I wanted to say with Return. The one of Oppression. I think this is good because you really only ever want to draw one Oppression. It is probably in some matchups the most powerful card in your deck, but maining two, there's just too high of an opportunity cost to potentially drawing the second one in lieu of something else. Um, and then also because it's in game one, there are going to be a lot of matchups where this isn't really all that good in the first place. So just having one solves both those issues. I've said this a bunch before, but it's kind of like Royal Decree. I've been experimenting with goat control and goat format with just one Royal Decree, and I think that's the right number because it solves both of your issues, which is one, you want to run other traps. Um, One sec. Sorry, I had to cough. You want to run other traps like Trap Dust Shoot and Goat format, and Mirror Force and Torrential what Ring, obviously. So you can't really like run too many Royal Decrees. Um, and if you do, like it's gonna stop you from using those cards. And then the other big issue with Decree is you can have it active and it be really good, but if you draw another, you just went -1 essentially if you draw a dead card. So every dead card you draw is a -1, by the way. So um, that's how I feel about Royal Oppression too. Like it's a really good one-of card to have, but it really realistically does shut off a lot of your own deck. I mean, yeah, people love Vayu because you can just Vayu and you know if they negate it, you just do it again. But it shuts off this, it shuts off this. It shuts off any synchro you have. It shuts off this. Like there's just a lot of. It shuts off the special summon from this. So it shuts off this um, if it's not used in the battle step. So it does shut off a lot of your deck. I mean, it's probably the best or one of the best Royal Oppression decks in the format, but it still shuts off a lot of your deck, and it slows you down a lot too. So not like an auto win like some people think it is. Um, The side I think is pretty standard. We're electing for 2 Cyber Dragons. We did have one in the main, but um, yeah, siding has been the most difficult thing to learn with this deck for me. Like what to side in and what to side out, just because my format experience is somewhat limited, so I have a hard time deciding like what is good and what is bad versus certain matches, especially in a deck that I haven't played before. So that's really all I have to say about it. We're gonna jump into some matches and let's do it. All right, here we go. Um, Heavy's good. Um, I don't think there's any real reason for us to show him what we're on right now. There's not. I think the biggest punish to this is something like if he just sets a Raikou, but we don't have to like worry about stuff like Breaker and Lila. I mean, if he's on Fucking Lightsworn, he's on Lightsworn. But yeah, that's really all there is to it. Yeah, Raico's the punish. And I don't think there's really any use in like Greffer pitch Vayu, get something out. I mean, yeah, it plays around if he like sets a bottomless or something, but I just don't think it's worth us giving up that information yet. You gonna play, dude? Okay. Hmm. I gotta think about this. So we could Rhoda for Necro pitch. We have 3 darks in Grave. Yeah, we're just gonna go for like the very high end swingy play here. It's gonna do it. This is lagging pretty bad. Sorry. We'll declare that. Special summon attack. Declare. And then I'm wondering here if there's any reason to send anything other than a Vayu. Um, I don't think so, but I'm gonna think about it for a sec. So if we send Plague, we would just make a 6, which isn't necessary. Yeah, it's Vayu. The hard part is like I don't really want to banish anything in my grave, quite frankly. But it's all going. Um, you know what? Maybe we should have. Like, if we sent Plague, we could have stacked Synchroed and then banished this. But I don't know if there's anything we'd just banishing this shit. That's Raikou, we're happy. Oh, fuck. That's brutal. I guess, we did get punished because we made the read and frankly didn't know what he was on. So I don't think we can afford to. We can't play into Gores here because, like, so we have 43, we have 66, but then we have no Darks Engrave. Nah. Let's just, we have Brain Control for Gores and Deep Prison, but I don't think it's worth going for yet. I attacked with the Greffer first, buddy. What are you doing? What? What are you? All right, I'm gonna make you explain yourself here. What are you doing? All right, we're not gonna call him on that. Okay, whatever. All right, that's not a big deal. Frogs is, I think, a pretty tough matchup for us. I'm not sure how we win through a bunch of hand traps. I haven't played versus Frogs with this deck yet. Fuck this. Whoops. What? gonna sack this bitch off. Alright, so I think we already lost this game, honestly. I don't think we can win this. He's just got too many blockers, and he's just going to be able to start Congo lining monarchs on our ass. Plus, this isn't chainable, so he's going to Caius this bitch. I guarantee it. Or even worse, he's going to start going through his whole deck. He's going to have a dupe block here. That gets banished, my friend. Fun stuff here. Enthralling gameplay. Alright, yeah, we lost. Yeah, we lost. Let's just go to game 2. Alright, so we want the crows, the Dynas, this. We have a lot to side for this. I think we removed some of the ceiling of our deck, and we removed the spell and trap removal, of course. This is Caius food. This I don't think matters. We're siding in a lot of spell and trap removal, so I think Goros gets kicked. These blow. This blows. Return's good enough to keep in, just because he is going to probably banish a decent amount of our stuff with stuff like Caius. Just don't know, like, we didn't see if it were hero frogs or junk frogs or anything yet, so is bottomless even good? I don't think it is. I think these are better. I think I'm happy with this. Hoping we can get a better game. It's not like we opened bad, but there wasn't really a lot of back and forth with that game. I mean, he just went like plus infinity with frogs. And we kind of just were more or less, I think, forced to deal with his back row or his set monster. And just maybe have a premonition that it was a Raiko. And we got punished for it. And he had Fader. And he had turn 1 Treeborn plus Econ. Plus a full substitute. Like, I just don't think there was much we could do. This is just a bad matchup, I think. This doesn't look Not much better. So Solemn plus Oppression is decent. Can Crow at least one of the Treeborns. There's maybe something to be said. I'm not going to take it back now, but there's maybe something to be said about troopering turn 1 and just getting a mill engine going. Because Raiko might be what we need for to like out like a duplock or something. It might be a little bit early to do that. Wish this guy would use phases too. So it is Hero Frogs, so I think we sided correctly so far. Those are some shitty mills. Holy fuck. And a back row. Huh. So got one dark. I'm assuming that's okay. I don't think there's much you can do about it. That's 3 darks. What's the punish here? So Threatening Roar, Regeki Break. Threatening Roar, Regeki Break. I just don't know how long we're going to have 3 darks in grave. So I think you just go for it early, right? What did he add to his hand again? Jesus. Oh, yeah, it was Evil Hero Malicious Edge. Dude, can you give me a thumbs up, like, at all? Um, this is better if we get returned from the different dimension. Oh, that's so good. How about now? How about now? Feels so good. Dude, this guy's playing so slow. Dude, come on. What are you doing? Hello? Yeah, I don't think that gets banished because I don't think it hits the field. All right, we're in a good spot. This is, I think, how you need to open in a deck like this. It's 11 there. We even got the deck Devi. Brutal. Um, so really all we do is just, I guess this is better to banish. And then we should have game. I was going to contemplate what's better to attack with first there. So we have attack with Vayu, and he does have Gores. That does prevent us from getting lethal, even though we can like kind of deal with it. I don't know. So we got to rethink like if there's anything we need to reconsider with siding. We are going second, but Dust Shoot I think is just good enough versus Frogs because they keep a lot in hand to keep in. Shit, 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 shit. Battle traps are awful. These are better, and then this is fine. So it is hero, so hoping that he gets Stratos when we have a pulling the rug is dope, but he'll probably just e-call Stratos turn one or just have Stratos. That's just how it works. So consistent with their openers. Yep. Hmm. So the piercing damage is going to really hurt with Raiko because he's probably just going to tribute this off. But really nice if there were a way to get this stuff engraved. I don't think we have a choice. Like we set 2, or we at least set 3, I guess. So he's probably going to sack this, get in for some damage. I'm going to hit him with a think, make him think we have a battle trap, but also I do actually have to think on what I want to hit here. So it's somewhat likely that we mill a dark. So Sork's probably going to be live. So I want to clear the back row. No dark. That's brutal, dude. Fuck. Yeah, that probably just lost us the game. Yeah, this is looking bad. This is just a like brick city. We literally can't do anything. Wow. It was the next card in our deck was a dark too. That's fine. Yeah, we're toast. Well, hey, here's our shot at redemption. I always for whatever reason think this can do it without another frog, but not the case. I mean, there's no way they run Solemn, so. What the fuck? That's so stupid. I mean, we have to go for Stratos, right? This can start picking off our back row, but like, it has to be a direct attack, so. Actually, is it worse if we lose our back row? Summons another frog. think I'm a lot more afraid of Unifrog, frankly. I mean, yeah, I am. Uh, well, I guess there's really not much we can do, right? We're gonna have him pick our back row. What's he hitting this? Yeah, that's even worse because we don't get to draw now. And we only have one oppression negate, so wow. Well, and we did get the dark, but not really in a good way. Um, yeah, this is shitty. Um, now I have to think. I think we kind of just have to start banishing as much as possible. Like we can't let this become live soon. And we only have one negate, so I think we have to get rid of all this because we have to turn off miracle fusions. So we want to banish this, and then we're gonna sack for Caius. And the reason we're doing this is we want the extra 1,000 on that. Um, and then we're just gonna attack in. If he has Gores, he has Gores. We really can't do anything about that. And then I don't think there's any reason to preemptively deck dev. I really don't. Not sure why we would. Cost? Let me think on that. Um, so that could set up for a miracle fusion. We have no way to stop the miracle fusion. So what we should do, I think, is I think we should once this gets summoned, then we deck dev, then he's gonna miracle fusion, and then we royal oppression. So we only have one negate. Let's just do it that way. We just took so much damage. Well, he did not have miracle fusion, which is good. Um, there's nothing we want in our graveyard that's banished. So we just try to beat him down with Blackwing Gale. That's hilarious. That's fucking hilarious. We just is there we set this for any reason. So he can sack this off, which is scary, but I totally forgot about that. I totally forgot about that. Was there anything else we could have done though? Just hope he doesn't attack, I guess. I mean, we're gonna lose. I don't think, was there another play? I don't think there was another play, honestly. Uh, I don't think we necessarily played good or bad. Honestly, I think we got very, very unlucky, frankly, at the first few turns. Because I'm trying to think, like, might as well reflect on it while we're here. Which is like last turn, if we didn't play Gale, I mean that I didn't think of it, so like I should have considered that he was just gonna Solex malicious us, but at the same time, what else would we have done? Like we can't just sit there. Like we just milled nothing, and that's gonna happen. Like we milled our rugs, our brain control, our return, this shit. We literally milled all of our good cards and didn't mill any of our like millable stuff. Like we had Plague that we could have milled. We had 3 fucking Vayus, 3 Sirokkos. We didn't mill a Dark when we wanted to. So that's unfortunate. I think we actually did a pretty good job in that game, though. I'm trying to think if there were any like big blunders, but I think we did, with the information that we had at the time, make the correct play with like the Royal Oppression and the deck Devi. Rather than Royal Oppressioning the 1-for-1, we deck Devied him, and then we could have 1 Royal Oppression negate if he had the follow-up with Miracle Fusion, which luckily he didn't, but unluckily he had Solex Edge, and we had no follow-up to it. So like this turn we would have drawn Plague. Yeah, there was really just nothing we could do. None of this did anything. Plague would have had to be in graveyard. We would have had to have stacked for it and then sacked for Caius to get this off. So, well, thanks for watching, guys. I'm probably going to be on Vayu Turbo a little bit more just because I want to make the rounds like I have in GOAT format on playing a fair number of the best decks. So Vayu Turbo, Black Wings, Diva Hero Beat, probably going to be the ones I play. I do want to do Frogs as well, but there are definitely a few combos which I'm not super familiar with. So thanks for watching, guys. See you later.